My name is Franklin Gale, and this is my case development number 1. We're going to dive right into case reflection number 2, and the title of this case was McDonald's tries to drive through employee crisis. A brief overview: McDonald's Corporation created an advice line for the employees called McResource to give employees an outlet to communicate personal or business issues they may have with the company or may have at home. The problem arose with the McResource lines when one of the advisors on the McResource line gave awful advice to an employee, which led to a minor firestorm, but McDonald's offering a practical money skills budget journal via the Visa website led to a bigger one. Basically meaning when a lot of the employees were on the website, they found that they needed a second job to basically have any kind of standard of living, which led to a lot of uproar and a lot of unions being formed because employees felt like they weren't getting a fair shake from the McDonald's Corporation, which led to them demanding at least $15 per hour in wages. A few of the case reflection questions: how management might communicate its messages through the McResource website effectively. Evaluate the statements McDonald's issue addressing employee and media concerns. How do they attempt to balance corporate priorities with those of their employee stakeholders? And what legal and ethical issues must be confronted by a corporation or business when its employees are considering union representation? To answer the number 1, the best course of action would be for them to hire a social media specialist or someone who works inside that field in order to make sure that those problems on the website rarely happen. To make sure someone's there editing the website, to make sure someone's there, to make sure everything's on the website on a daily basis is cut, is crisp, is PR friendly, and everything works just nicely. And it's an easy read for consumers. The answer to number 2A, McDonald's really dropped the ball on their delivery of basically how they felt about their employees. They gave that vibe that they did not care about their employees. They gave the feeling that the employees were second to them, and when you make your employees feel like they don't care, you don't care about them, they're not going to care about their work. And if they don't care about their work, they're not going to care how the customer service, they're not going to care about how the food is prepared, and we're going to lose consumers because of that. We're going to see that people stop coming to McDonald's, they start going to a Chick-fil-A because they appreciate the service. If we don't treat our employees well, they're not going to treat the consumers well, and that's not going to look well for our stakeholders, and that's not going to look well for the people trying to invest in our company. To answer the 2B, corporate priorities are usually based around making sure the company runs efficiently and make sure they're growing. Over the last few years, the McDonald's Corporation has been dealing with a little bit of a financial loss, a little bit of financial setback. So a lot of times when companies deal with financial setbacks, employee stakeholders especially have a lot of concern because they affect their 401ks, that affects their retirement, so they're going to have a lot of concern. But usually with employee stakeholders, they're usually, as soon as the company's going well, they're really not going to complain. But as soon as the company starts to go through some financial setback, that's when the employee stakeholders are really going to start to lock in and wonder what's going on with the company. And number 3, the premise of their employees being treated fairly but not giving too much to their employees to put the company in the hole. Basically meaning we're going to listen to our employees, we're going to hear them out, but we can't do anything that's going to jeopardize our financial future, and we can't do anything that's going to jeopardize this corporation. Making sure, but we have to make sure that we meet their needs. So we have to meet in the middle, basically, between needs and reality. Now, my recommended course of action: step 1, I believe that the company should provide company professional outline for employee concern. Basically meaning we should go outside of McDonald's to give our employees the help they need, whether it's psychiatric help, or maybe they just need to go to therapy. But we need to make sure that we meet our employees' needs. The second thing, I believe we should completely can the partnership with Visa's website. We should get rid of it. It's starting too many debates. It's starting too many unions. That's not a good look for us. We need to can it and don't look back. Now, one of the things I wanted to do was an employee care package. We're going to incorporate time-based raises for every fiscal quarter. Meaning if an employee comes to work on time, does what they need to do, or a stand-up person in the workplace, they're a leader, they're going to get a raise every fiscal quarter of $1 per hour. Meaning if you make 725, you're gonna go to 825. You make 825, 925, 925, 1025. We're still in the works of seeing how it's gonna work for different areas because minimum wage is different in California than it is in Alabama. So therefore, for us to work on that, we're gonna really have to put a cap on certain areas. Like in Alabama, the max you can reach is gonna be 15. In California, the max you can be able to reach is gonna be 20. It's gonna be really area based, and it's gonna be based on more statistics and logistics that we do. And we're gonna repackage employee health insurance to include mental health in that, just in case some of our employees do need to go talk to a therapist or do need to go to the doctor. We need to make sure that they're covered and make sure that we know that they know that we care about them. Now my ropes test, the first R, I ensure that we appreciate everything our employees do for us. They're the backbone. They are the first line of communication between us and our consumers every day on the front lines. They send off the message that we send down. If we give a message that we care about them, and we give a message that they are appreciated, they're gonna feel the same for our consumers. It's reciprocal. That's why they call this the reciprocity. Reciprocity. Making sure that we do what the employee, we give back to each other. Responsibility. We're acknowledging our wrongs by implementing changes that will better our staff. Acknowledging our wrongs would be, we know we've underpaid our staff for a little bit too long. So a change that would be making sure that we're raising the minimum wage and raising the salary for each of our workers. We can't make it 15 just yet, but if we take baby steps, we're gonna get it there. Reporting. Press conferences and conference calls with all high-ranking officials in the McDonald's Corporation to allow them to understand what we're planning and how we're gonna plan it and how we're gonna get it done. And relationship nurturing. Making sure that we listen to our employee concerns in order to create a system of trust between employees and employers and employees by meeting their demands, respecting their wishes as employees. That's the best way to show your employees that you care. You respected them enough that you listen to them, and not only did you listen, you apply some of the things they wanted. Moving to our second case, the name of the second case is going to be Pepsi Refreshes Local Communities. Now, a brief overview of this one is Pepsi started a campaign around 2010 called Refresh Everything. Pepsi stepped away from Super Bowl advertising and invested $20 million in this campaign to fund grants around the country to give to different charity groups or different charity organizations to basically go out and better their communities. Grants went from up to $50,000 to $200,000 based on the need. Sales did decline during the first year of the campaign, which led to the total abandonment of the campaign in 2011, and Pepsi resumed Super Bowl advertising of that same year. Now, a few case reflection questions would be: linking corporate philanthropy investment with crowdsourcing was an innovative strategy. What are the strengths and the challenges involved in such a strategy? Evaluate the metrics used by Pepsi to determine the success of the Refresh campaign. This public relations campaign did not result in increase of Pepsi's beverage brand. Was it a successful campaign? Personal reflections. I know my first answer is really long, but to sum it up, the first good thing that came about it was we showed that we cared about our employees. We cared about our consumers. Not only did we care about our consumers, we were interested on how could they better their communities. We were helping them better their community. We were outreaching to them. We showed empathy with them to understand that we understand what's going on in your various communities, and we're here to help. We're here to make sure we do anything to make your community better or to better someone's lives. We reached into a younger demographic. A lot of my generation, a lot of this 18 to 34 demographic now does not watch football. They're more into seeing what a company does. They're more into seeing how the company helps the community. A lot of times, a lot of people have stopped associating or shopping with brands that really don't do anything to help the community. We're showing that we care about our community. We're showing that we care about our consumers, most importantly, that we care about your needs and your wants. And that's going to draw in on the younger demographic. And it draws in more people to our product. Now, the only challenge from losing the Super Bowl advertisement was It's rare to find another outsource where you're going to get 30 million to 100 million Americans watching in one central medium. That's almost impossible. It's only a few stages around in the world that you can get that many people, and it's usually sport related. The World Cup, the NBA Finals, and the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl being the biggest game of the year. We lost a lot of money because we didn't have that advertisement. So a lot of those customers went to Coke. They went to other products instead of us. And we seen going into the second part of the answer, we seem to step out of the mainstream culture. We gave other companies the opportunity to take that mainstream culture, and a lot of time, most of your money is made in mainstream. It's not made in your loyal fan base. It's made in the casual fan base, the people who will buy Pepsi every now and then or when it's on sale. And we really miss out to those viewers of the Super Bowl. To answer the second question, the metrics used by the Pepsi commercial were based on a financial level, which were currency, deeming the campaign a failure. They looked at the numbers and said, we lost money doing this, so they exited. That's simple. Now, was the campaign successful? From a PR standpoint, yes. You showed the people that you cared about them, and you gave people a reason to believe in your product. From a PR standpoint, that's all you can do. Now, from a financial standpoint, it was deemed unsuccessful because they did invest $20 million. And when you take away Super Bowl advertisement to invest $20 million in philanthropy, you expect to see a result from it. Now, in my opinion, I do believe they went about it wrong, and they could have did both, but it may have cost them a few extra dollars than they were willing to spend. Now, my recommended course of action was basically centered around rebuild, redirect, reestablish. We're going to acknowledge the campaign ran by Pepsi was great. It could have been thought out more was the problem. The refresh campaign would have been more successful if they would have used the extra publicity in the Super Bowl to advertise it. That's what they didn't think of. How are we going to get people to know? Use the Super Bowl. They could have used the Super Bowl advertisement as commercials, going into redirect, incorporate your campaign in your Super Bowl's ads. Basically meaning all we had to do was just show video of people receiving the grant and building the community center, or going and doing this and going to do that. Now, granted, we was going to have to do a little product placement, basically putting the Pepsi in there, make sure they're drinking a little Pepsi, and make sure people, to drive home the point that, hey, Pepsi was the choice to drink, when they was building the community center, etc. To reestablish, we're going to actually allow, after the commercial, we're going to give a call number, and we're going to actually allow audience members to call, text, or vote on a different grant. This grant's going to be worth $1 million. And during the Super Bowl, we're going to award the grant on a scheduled television timeout to a selected reputable charity or community outreach program. Basically, we're going to show them the process of how to receive a grant. We're going to show them we're going to show our company helping other people out. We're going to show our company really diving into philanthropy and really diving into giving back to their community. And for the ropes test on this one, first things first, Pepsi acknowledged their audience by pledging to give back to the community. They show responsibility. The responsibility of changing their financial discretion by ending the refresh campaign. It takes a lot of boldness and responsibility to realize we made a mistake, we didn't do it right, and we're going to have to end it. A lot of companies don't do that. A lot of companies would rather push the envelope to keep going with something that's not working. Reporting. They reported to the Super Bowl its desire to resume advertising for their product, noticing that there was a disconnect between philanthropy and building more buyers of your product. They went back to the Super Bowl, therefore they reported to the Super Bowl that we wanted to get back into Super Bowl advertising and relationship nurturing. Pepsi still found other ways to give back to communities. One of the ways I researched and found out was a program they do during the SEC championship, basically where it's a football contest where two college students have to throw X amount of footballs into a Pepsi can. Great product placement. The person who throws the most footballs into the can wins a scholarship to a school or donates a scholarship, get to donate a scholarship to a school or a person. That's other ways that gives back and builds product placement. My name is Franklin Gale. This was my presentation. Thank you.